Hey guys, how's it going today? This is Captain Energy. Today we're going to take a look at Tribute by Speo. This is a new synthesizer written as a rack extension for the Reason platform. It's got two oscillators. It's a wavetable synth, and each oscillator can produce 8 voices. All the controls are right kind of here on the screen. It's really approachable, which I would say most wavetable synths I've played with are really not that approachable. I feel like you look at them and you're like, whoa, there's a lot going on here. And there is a lot going on still, but it is in a simpler way. When you open up Tribute for the first time, the sample that you'll see is called 23, and it sounds like this. Now, if you listen to this thinking, well, that's the sound it opens up with, I don't use those wacky kind of sounds. And maybe your music is different. You know, maybe you like more pure sounds. Maybe you like sounds that aren't as edgy, bassy, you don't do dubstep. That's okay, because this thing it's got a little bit of everything in here. Let's go over here, and just to give you an idea, I'm going to click the patch browser, which opens up right over here, and you will see we're right now in bass. I'm going to click right here and go to the patch level. Now we can go into leads, and see, now a sound like this I feel is more usable and something more approachable. So if you're not into dubstep, you have these kind of sounds to work with as well. Now this is set in mono, you'll notice. But if I put this in, turn off mono, all right, so now here's where this synth gets in moving more interesting. Okay, we'll look down here at these controls, these blue knobs. Now you see up here we've got attack, we've got release, there's no decay or sustain. We've got panning. We've got level, of course. You can change the octave, 4 up, 4 down. Also, I've made a few sounds in here, which I'll be glad to give you guys. One's like a toy piano and a couple other. I've just been messing with it to try and see what I can come up with. You can really get in here with these sounds, because if you basically just you can grab the actual wave itself, and you can see those two knobs, position and wave. Those change when you mess with these. Spread, this just changes the sound with the detune and the voices. But also we have outer and inner. Outer takes the outside and stretches it out from the middle. See what I'm saying? Watch. This right here is the middle. This is the outer parts. And if I turn it, you'll see it pulls them, bunches them to the right and left, and stretches the middle. Okay? But if I go inner, it bunches to the middle and stretches left and right. And then I can change the position. You change the ratio of the waves. Squarify the sound, which makes it more of a square wave. Or I can click smooth, which seems to reduce the wave from multiple repeating sounds to a single occurrence. And we can turn off mono, and we can turn off glide if we want. All right, so now we've got this sound, right? And this is cool, but as you can see, we've already got inner maxed out. Position is maxed over to the right, and this is right in the middle. Kind of like this sound. You want to use this sound, but you want to also reduce. First of all, you can reduce some of the processing needs of the computer by doing what I'm going to show you right now. This is kind of this synthesizer's superpower, and this is what I like best about this synthesizer above any other wavetable synthesizer I have used. And I think you're going to really dig this. This is the whole point of this video. Let me explain.
You see, Tribute not only plays wavetables, but is also able to create wavetables for other wavetable synthesizers.
You don't have to edit your wavetables in some goofy other application and sit there and try and crop them right or try and size them right or whatever. Or even bring them in and mess with them when they're in here. This will generate this right here into a wavetable.
Right now you're probably thinking, how does this generate wavetables? Well, let me show you.
Go over to, I'm going to hit tab here. And what we're going to do first is we're going to open up our audio interface. Okay. Now, if you have not really messed with this, this is going to be fun for you. I remember seeing this, actually realizing this was here for the first time when Propeller Heads introduced sampling, built-in sampling to Reason, when before, if you're newer to Reason, there was a point when Reason didn't itself sample. You would record your samples in an outside application, crop them, set your loop points and all the things, save your file, go into Reason, import them, and play them. It was more of a sample player than a sampler. But then all of a sudden, I think it might have been version 5. Version 5 and 6 where some big changes came through. I can't remember which version it was that did this, but I think it was 5, where they added the sample capability right to the sampler, where you could then take any other sound, wire it into this right here, the sampling input on the back, and when you hit record on the sampler, the sound was playing into that. So it was like, whoa, that's crazy. So that sound is actually playing right through to that now. I don't need to record that sound as audio and then crop the audio and bring the audio back into the sampler. It was just mind-blowing at that moment. But okay, so anyway, my point is now, so we've got this sound here, which right now we can't even hear because if I try and play it, I have essentially crippled the synth by removing the wires from the mixer track. Okay, they're not plugged in the mix track anymore. There are a couple other ways to do this. Possibly, I haven't really experimented, but this one works, so I'm just going to go with it.
All right, so when we do this, the first copy of Tribute becomes a generator, and the second copy, which is this one, becomes the receiver. It will be the one that gets the hard-coded wavetable. All right, so I'm going to go up here to this blank Tribute. Okay, I've got this Tribute with just all it's got is a sine wave, nothing going on at all. I'm gonna hit record, and now I'm gonna go up here to the Tribute generator, and I'm gonna go this oscillator 1. Okay, I'm gonna hit this up arrow, and now what happens is I hit emit. What has happened here is that Reason has taken that wave from the generator, turned it into a solid wave, removing the need for the knobs, and sent it to the receiver. Now it's open as a sample where I can crop it and normalize it. Normalize and crop. Boom. There's my wavetable, perfectly spit out of the synthesizer that generated it and ready to be used anywhere I feel like using it. Now I can change the root key right here. I believe the root key, here we go, emit on C8. I didn't actually click that. But we'll just leave it alone for now. That's fine, I guess. Hit save. Okay. And now, if I go over to my song samples and we go to unassigned, assigned, and we look at the Tribute right here, you will notice that there's sample 1. That's my sample. Boom, boom. This is what was emitted from up here. Now I can go over here and I can rename this. Let's give it an actual name. We'll say oscillator 1 emitted. Okay, just so we know what's going on.
I can also right click this and hit export sample. And I'm going to put this, put it on my desktop. My desktop is fine. Save that. Okay. Now we get on to this tribute. Anyway, yeah, and that's it. Now I've got these wavetables saved. Now I can go over here and I can modify them further if I want. I can leave them as they are. All right, so now once that's done, I can actually open up another instrument like Europa, which unfortunately I only believe lets you use one user wave. But I can bring that wave in that we just created just like this. Just grab it, drag it, and drop it on there. And now, we wait 1 second. Nothing really changed. But what did change is we go right down here to user wave. And there's that wave that we just created. There's a wavetable we just built. You can see it right here. Kind of looks the same sort of ish. And it's imported in Europa. And now that opens up a whole new bunch of sonic possibilities. And that's it. That's the whole tutorial. I just wanted to show you how to do that because now you can create your own wavetables using a synthesizer to shape them and bring them into other synthesizers, as well as have an amazing synth to play them in. The tribute is like just astounding. It's such a good sounding synth. And I mean, Speo, dude, you really deserve a lot of credit. This thing is great. You did really good work here, man. I just really appreciate this synth so much. And just so you know, this was not sponsored. This is from my heart. I mean, I just think that this synth is fantastic, and I'm totally glad I got it while it's on early release price. It's $40 going up to $50, I think. That's it. I think if you guys found this video helpful, let me know, and give me a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, don't forget to subscribe so you'll see future videos. But this feature is alone worth the cost of admission, in my opinion. Just being able to emit wavetables from it, create wavetables in it, and good wavetables too, and then export them for other use in other devices or other softwares. Totally worth the price. All right, I'm going to stop now, for real, this time. I promise. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Be good. Peace out. Take care of yourself. Make some music.